Hello and welcome to Rabbi Tzvi Solomon's Torah Talks from Reading Hebrew Congregation in Berkshire, England. My name is Rabbi Tzvi Solomons. You can get in touch with me through my Facebook page or through Twitter at Rabbi Tzvi or rabbi@jewishspark.org or through the Reading Hebrew Congregation website www.rhc.org.uk. This week's Parsha is Parshat Vayyera. Shabbat begins at 11 minutes to 6. It concludes on Shabbat, the 19th of October, at 11 minutes to 7. And next week, Shabbat commences at 26 minutes to 6. That's 5:34. So, what about this week's Torah portion? Well, as you can see, the leaves are dropping and the fruit has been gathered in. It's not fruitful anymore. It was the beginning of autumn. So perhaps it's appropriate that this week the parasha begins with a visit. The first visit is by God, and God appears to Abraham. And of course Abraham's recovering from his Brit Milah, from his circumcision, and sitting in his tent. And then three people appear. Now, Abraham was on the lookout for guests, and the Midrash tells us that God prevented guests from arriving at his tent until he had to send people to deal with the wicked people of Sodom, and then he sent three angels. One was to tell Abraham that he was going to have a son called Isaac. The second one was in order to rescue Lot and his family, and the third one was to destroy the cities of Sodom and Sodom and Gomorrah, which were destroyed in a hail of salt and brimstone, according to the Torah. So, what does Abraham do? God's there, sees three guests. What does he do? He gets up and he runs and he starts dealing with his guests. This is the most wonderfully instructive thing that Abraham does, because he puts hospitality to human beings before dealing with God. Now, most people would have thought, well, God's here, I have to honour God in the sense that I have to deal with him first, and then I can deal with the other people. But God doesn't want things that way, and Abraham knew that. Abraham knew that it was the person's needs, and of course the three angels which were sent were actually, they looked like human beings. They appeared in the guise of human beings. So Abraham did the right thing. He offers them food. He offers them a choice of meat or milk, and he also offers them other things, including bread. Perhaps it's the week that they read Heston Blumenthal's Historic Heston on Radio 4 about English cookery and famous things that were done in the courts of the various medieval monarchs. In the week when the leaves start dropping, as you can see, off our fig tree, and they're lying on the ground, and the fig tree leaves, the leaves are starting to go yellow. When all the fruit's been gathered in, we've had a bumper harvest of quinces, as you saw last week on our quince tree. You will see that it's appropriate that we talk about food, about plenty, and about that particular form of charity where we give to other people from the physical gifts that we are blessed with. Not just money, because money isn't really what people need. People need sustenance of a physical kind and of a spiritual kind. And the most basic form of sustenance is food, clothing and shelter. And so with that, perhaps I can leave you with a thought that Abraham instilled these ideas of charity in all of his descendants, all of his heirs, whether they're spiritual or physical heirs. Charity begins with offering those who are less fortunate than us sustenance. Shabbat Shalom.